Blog Talk Radio.
Mr. Pop.
The views and opinions of this show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of this network and its affiliates.
At Midwest IT Support Help Desk, we believe that technology should support and enhance your organization's success, not constrain it. With our wide range of best-in-class services, we provide customized solutions that fit your unique IT needs. We are committed to excelling at our job so you can focus on doing yours. Midwest IT Support Help Desk is always available, providing your organization with professional remote help desk support services you need. Midwest IT Support Help Desk will solve your technology issues day or night. Our IT staff ensures that your network and computers are up to date and ready for operation on a daily basis. Don't wait until problems occur. Let our organization solve them with our monitoring software, giving you the peace of mind you need. Let us do the worrying for you. Enabling your workforce with top-notch technologies isn't just important, but imperative for business success. This customizable solution allows your team to work seamlessly and collaboratively in any protected space. No matter what IT services you need, Midwest IT Support Help Desk will be there to support you every step of the way. Midwest IT Support Help Desk. We are committed to excelling at our job so you can focus on doing yours. Please visit www.midwestitsupport.com for more information, or shoot us an email at helpdesk@midwestitsupport.com. Give us a call, 765-239-9668.
Got agree. Hey, what is going on, everybody? This your boy Big T with Extremesportsw right here on Blog Talk Radio, and got my boy LC in the house. What up, Chunks?
What's going on, Big T?
Nothing much. And we got Title Boxing Club in the house. They are up here. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We are great. So
good.
Is
Sean on here yet, or is it just me?
Just you.
Okay.
All right. It's rainy, gloomy Saturday. You feel lazy. You got to get up. You need to go to Title Boxing Club today, right?
You got that right. You got to go every day. Every day. One active rest day. That's all we're going to give you. One day.
Oh, okay. Exactly. So.
And who
right.
do we have on? Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Carissa Chappell, and I am the owner as of April of Title Boxing Club in Greenville.
Okay. So, now, how did Title Boxing Club get started?
So, the initial clubs, the franchise started, I think it's about 7 years, something like that back. And it came from the idea of having a place that you could go to do true to sport boxing. So the real technique, the real punches, the real kicks, but still get a really great workout. And so it kind of flowered from that whole idea. I think there was a lot of people who were just kind of tired of either having the two extremes. They had the regular boxing gyms where you would go in and there was a lot of contact and people were scared of that and they didn't want to, get hit. And then the other folks, the other side, were tired of, the Billy Blanks, Tybo type workouts. And so they were just a little too group fitness. They were a little too bouncy. There was no form. And so out of that, Title Boxing Club was born. And it's a fantastic middle ground between both of those things.
Okay, thank you. So we got Mr. Sean on now, right?
Yes.
How you doing, sir?
Yes, I'm here. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. Try not to be lazy today, trying to get up this rain. You've been working all week. So
this rain never
like
stops here, it seems like.
Yeah.
Like a Monday.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
So, Mr. Shaw, how did you get involved in Title Boxing Club?
Well, I've been involved in Title for 3 years.
Okay.
I kind of started out. I'll give you my spiel about how I got into Title. I was asked by a friend to come out and help to do classes at Title because at the time I was training and getting into MMA and doing a lot of boxing and trying to keep myself fit and in shape as well. So he asked me to come in and do it. I walked in and I did a warm up and in front of the corporate people and learned the system. And the next day I was on my own.
Okay.
So through that journey of 3 years, I realized that this is a place where I like because I was able to help people, to have a better lifestyle, to feel good about themselves, and through boxing and through working out. So I've been to a lot of titles. I've been to a lot of conferences and all the things of that such, and learned the Title model and the Title way to help people. So that's my spiel, and I love it. That's why I'm still there.
Okay, that's great to hear.
Okay.
That's great to hear.
Got a question for either one, and I'm sure I'm not the only one out here that has been by this place a million times and see the name Title Boxing Club and automatically thinks that if I join this club, it's going to be about me becoming a boxer or an MMA fighter. Is it just that, or is it more to it than that?
Yeah, it's absolutely more to it, and that's what we're trying to get people to understand is that, folks, you're not alone. You said, you're one of the million people who've driven by it 1,000 times, and you're absolutely right. It has been every person that walks in goes, I had no idea this place was what it is, and so, yeah, it's not. It's actually the complete opposite of that. So if you come into Title Boxing, you can have any type of goals. You can have cardiovascular goals. You can have weight loss goals. You can have body fat percentage goals. You can have just, straight self-esteem goals, things like that. And literally we do everything here through fitness boxing, but it's true to sport, fitness boxing. And so, you are going to have a great time. You're going to get a great workout. Sean and the trainers work really hard to make sure that every workout is different. You're going to do different combos. You're going to do different, footwork, kicks, punches, movement around the bag, offense, defensive moves throughout the entire class. And you are going to burn anywhere between 700 to 1,000 calories as an average in just one day. So, yeah, it's definitely not just I always joke that the ladies think it's a bunch of guys punching each other in the face, and the guys think it's like a Billy Blanks Taekwondo class. And so nobody ever nobody ever wants to come in because they don't truly understand what it is. So, and I know Sean probably has something to add on to that too, but he's been there since the doors open. What add on to that, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much exactly what she said. We're trying to get that stigma of, hey, we're just a boxing gym or, just a boutique type of thing. But at the end of the day, we're pretty much a one-stop shop. If you want to learn the footwork and the true sport of boxing, you can learn it. If you want to get the cardio in and you want to, get all the things you want, the nutrition, you can do that as well. So anything that you want to get out of fitness, we have it in Title. But what separates us is we can teach you the fundamentals of boxing and kickboxing. And we empower. It's empowering the people when they learn how to kick and how to punch the correct way. And that's what we're trying to get out there and let people understand you can achieve any goal you want in Title.
Okay.
So you're saying that I can come in and learn the fundamentals of boxing and kickboxing at the same time, get a cardio workout in, or maybe set up a plan where I'm just trying to tone up or lose a couple pounds. I can do all of that with you all. It's not a requirement that I have to be an MMA fighter or someone that's trying to be a boxer.
No. Nope.
Okay.
You do not have to be required to have any type of boxing background, because most of the members pretty much, I would say 95% of the members had zero boxing background when they come through the door. And we show them and we pay attention to them and we help them with their form. We help them with their kicks. We help them with, whatever they got going on in their life. That's the thing with us. We don't just come in and do the class. We are family. And, like I said, I say this to commercial all the time. I know everybody's mama, daddy, cousin, where they work at, everything about them. And that way we can better ensure their experience there is better because we know about them and we help them throughout their workout and their life at the same time.
Yeah, okay. So we came in last weekend. We had a little conversation with Chris and things like that, and they were telling us about that. The atmosphere of family there, what is it about there that people just gravitate to, just want to be around?
Because we take the time to invest in each and every member individually, and it's genuine. I don't just talk to people, caress the owners. You don't go in there and spend hours sitting down talking to people for an hour. We do that because we care about them. I mean, we want to see them reach their goals, and that's what separates us. It's not, you can't walk in and put your headphones on and go do your workout and nobody speaks to you. And there, as soon as you walk through the door, we're saying, how are you doing? How was your day? How's it been going? How was work? And people, that's what gravitates people. We really care about their well-being, not only inside of the club, outside of the club as well.
Absolutely. Okay. And we're very results-driven, and I think that's the other thing that separates us, too, is, we care about what's happening with our members on every level, but, ultimately they signed up for a membership with us for a reason. And so that's the first thing that we ask everybody when they come in. And I'm sure most gyms, most fitness facilities do. But the difference with us is that we actually put it down. We know it. We repeat it to them. We do check-ins with them. Like, we know their goal becomes our goal. So if their goal is to lose 20 pounds, we are making sure that they have everything in place. Like, we're literally saying, in order for you to lose 20 pounds, this is how many classes you need to attend per week. This is what kind of meal plan you need to have. This is what you need to be doing as far as personal development on the outside. This is, and we make recommendations for supplements, and we make recommendations for, different types of accountability. And so we take it to the next level because at the end of the day, I believe firmly that fitness facilities that don't get people results shouldn't be open. So that's something that we take really seriously, is making sure, people come in, and that's something, Sean and I'll chat about too. It's like, I don't think, I think such and such is plateaued. Like, let's go touch base with them about what's going on, what's happening. And a lot of times it happens to be things in their personal life, a lot of stress. They're not sleeping. They, somebody got a bad diagnosis. They've got this and this going on. They've fallen off the wagon. I'll look around class sometimes and be like, okay, I haven't seen Joe for like 3 weeks. Sean, have you seen Joe? Have you guys seen Joe? Have you? And if we haven't, then we call Joe and we say, hey, man, what's going on? We saw you haven't checked in for about 3 weeks. What's the deal? And then, we keep people accountable. We help them feel wanted in the space. Our gym, we call it a tribe, and that's what we are. Like Sean said, it's a family atmosphere. We want people to come in. We want them to stay coming in. And we want to see them accomplish results. That's what we care about day in and day out. So I think that's what brings people back time after time too, is the workout itself is addicting. The workout itself is something that people become absolutely addicted to because it is so empowering. It's an amazing feeling. There's a ferocity to it that people just are like, wow, I didn't realize I needed that as a stress reliever. But also we really care about every aspect of what our members have going on and ultimately the results that we're getting them. So, and that's, a lot of people just don't get that at your everyday gym.
Yeah. I agree with that. All right.
One thing that you said was, that I really liked was the meal plan. Because that is something that I kind of struggle with myself. And I do go to the gym, but the meal plan afterwards is something that I really struggle with. So if I come and join Title Boxing, that is something that you all could help me with, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's a couple different ways that we can do that. We have a 6-week challenge group that is a very intense form of meal planning. But then with some of the membership options, we also do meal planning as well, because that's 80% of it. 80% of it is nutrition and accountability. If you don't show up, you're not going to get in shape. And if you leave the club and eat like crap, you're not going to get the results that you want. And so we do a ton of nutrition, and it's nothing crazy. There's no deprivation in anything that we do. We're not telling people to eat grilled chicken and broccoli for every meal. That's craziness. I've been on all those diets in my life, and yes, I'll absolutely lose weight. But the second that diet, quote-unquote diet, is over, you're going to say, man, I deserve to take a break. So I'm going to take a break for a little bit, and then you're going to gain all that weight back and some. And then what people don't realize is that in the process of these crazy fad diets and these deprivation diets where you only eat certain things, is that you are wrecking your metabolism. And so once you stop eating the way you're eating, your body is just going to completely shut down, and your metabolism is going to be dysfunctioning. And then when it's time to exercise again, you're not going to be burning as many calories. You're not going to be burning as much fat, and it becomes this really difficult uphill battle. So all of our meal plans are day-to-day, everyday life, lifestyle plans, functioning with what you have going on, work schedule, kids schedule, church schedule, traveling schedule. I mean, we do it all to make sure that people are successful.
Okay. Now, about what she's saying is, I'm going to piggyback before. What she's saying is, it's not a cookie cutter meal plan. Everybody's different, which means it's catered towards that different person and their lifestyle. So Carissa's not going to tell you to eat rice cakes 5 times a day, because we had to tweak. Everybody's different, Everybody's body's different. Everybody does different things. So it'll be catered to you so you can understand the best what works for you. And that's the difference between us as well.
All right.
No,
so I'm that big guy of the group. I'm that, I feel like I do too much, and I do need to push myself more to work out. So what would be? I think I tired myself out too much. So I got to get motivated of doing things. So what would be a great thing to do? Just come in and just work out there, or sit down and talk, see what the problem, what's going on.
So what we would do is the first thing we would sit down and get a consult. We'll sit down and talk to you, have a consult to figure out what your goals are, what we can do to help you reach those goals. And I will sit down and have an assessment based off of what you can do to figure out what you can do physically yourself, and we'll put you on that type of track for you. I can have a plan for you, but it's not my plan. You can't follow what my plan is. I have to follow what you can do. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so it's not the same thing, one plan for everybody.
Yeah.
So, what can you do? Like, some people are more fit than others when they start this thing, and some aren't. So you can't have the same one for everybody.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you sit down and we'll talk, and we'll figure out what your goals are and find, see what your target heart rate is, find the basics of what you can and can't do, and we'll just build from there. We'll build. It's not going to be easy, but because we have to challenge you as well to get you to where you want to be. So,
What? I missed the question. My phone went crazy. What was the question?
I was saying that I'm the big guy of the group, and I'm busy a lot. I'm working, husband,
Absolutely.
Kids, and I'm trying to run the radio show. So I just trying to get fit and trying to get myself in shape and things like that. And I'm 43 now, and trying to get healthy. What would be the big, the basic things to do that.
Well, and Sean probably hit the nail on the head with everything as far as like the personalization. But another thing that we really try to teach people is how to prioritize. Everything we do is mindset, because I believe strongly in mindset. I come from a history of emotional eating. I come from a history of weight fluctuation. I've been an athlete my entire life. but I've never really understood, you know, how to balance food in that. And so I've struggled with my weight my whole life. And I've always been very athletic, so people have never really noticed that. But it's been something that I have done. And so I really take that and put it into when I develop these challenge groups and when I develop, when Sean and I sit down and we go through what we're going to, you know, put in place for the members. It usually comes from a space that I've been and that I know people, in particular women, but I know people need very much. And so a lot of the stuff that we do is mindset-based because, again, we believe in sustainability. So for you, you've got a super busy schedule. So I'm not going to bring you in and say, to meet your goals. I mean, you got to do 6 days a week, and this is you're going to do it, and then you're going to eat, like I said, grilled chicken and broccoli every single day, and you're going to check into this accountability group 17 times a day, and try, you know, like that's just crazy. It's not something that's workable for you. It's not livable for you. So is that going to be sustainable for you? No, nobody's going to do that. There are two reasons that people quit things most often. Number one is because they're not getting any results, and that's what you'll typically see with folks who don't know how to work out at value gyms and stuff like that. They go in, they get overwhelmed, they're not really sure how to work out, and so they never really see the goals. And then the other thing is when it's just seemingly too much and it becomes this obligation, and it's like, I don't want to go work out anymore. I don't want to eat this food anymore. I don't want to check into this group because it's an obligation. It's something that's not positive in your life. And so we try to make sure that we're not doing those two things to people. And so we're going to make sure when we set up your plan, like for these 6-week challengers, for example, it's mandatory that they come work out 3 times a week in the club. So if they need to sit down and work out a schedule system with us, we can do that. We have classes that start at 6 a.m., and our last class is 7 a.m., 5 days a week. And then Fridays, you know, we've got 5 classes, and we've got classes over the weekends. So we make sure our schedule fits anybody who needs it. But the other thing is we're going to work with you on how to prioritize this journey. So you're going to prioritize fitness. You're going to take something in your life that you feel like is a priority now but is not really, and we're going to switch working out at the club for that thing. We're going to prioritize eating. So if you feel like you want to eat the donut, I tell people, if it's that serious, eat the damn donut, you know, but don't think about it so much. Don't stress yourself out about it. Don't go buy the donuts and sit in your car and eat them and feel guilty later. Eat the donut if it's that serious. But then enjoy every bite of it and then get back on track. And so it's truly a mindset thing that we do with people where fitness is no longer an obligation. It is an opportunity. It's something fun. It's something that's motivating. It's something that you need and that your body needs, and so you want to do it. You'll happily replace Netflix with it. You'll happily replace, you know, whatever other things that you've got going on, scrolling Facebook, you know, for a couple hours instead of getting up and going to the club, whatever the situation is. So that's really what we work on doing, is making this into something that becomes a priority and that you want it to be a priority, because you can't force people to do something but for so long before they just fall off. And so that's what we want to do, is we want it to be fun. We want it to be motivating, and the results that you are getting will be the biggest motivator for sure. And then we'll be right behind you, just lifting and pushing and kicking some tail if we have to too. I mean, we don't play around when it comes to accountability. I called an Uber for a member a couple of weeks ago. She said, I don't have money to get there for gas, and I knew it was her last check-in for the week, and she had to get there for the 6-week challenge. And so I told her, I said, there'll be an Uber there in 20 minutes. I said, we'll see you at the 7 o'clock, and hung up the phone.
And I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something you said. I'll tell you something you said that will help you from when I was just sitting back listening. First of all, the big one of the group, that's something negative. Can't say anything negative about yourself. The first thing, for me. Secondly, you said your age, you're married, and you got kids. That's your motivation.
Yeah.
You got kids. Everybody want to be active with their kids. That's your vice. That's what we would come. I was like, look, you need to come in. We're selfless now. When we have kids, we're selfless.
Yeah.
It's about the kids. And when your kids see you trying to sustain and wife a better lifestyle, what are they going to do?
They're going to do the same thing.
So that will keep you motivated. That's
yes,
your
sir.
motivation
Yes,
to keep you going on your journey. See, just that simple.
Yes.
Something just that simple like that. Now, nobody wants to disappoint who? The family.
Oh, that's right.
Right. Right. That's right.
And that's what we sit down and consult. That's what we want to do for you. Like I always say, we get one body. We can't trade it in like a car.
Oh,
We can't trade it in. It's what we have. We have to sustain it, and we have to, to have a healthy lifestyle, we have to sustain doing the right things for ourselves, which in turn leads to your family.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are the things that we sit down and talk to people about and find what motivates them and what makes them go to continue this journey to have a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
Well,
so I see you on that.
And something else I would like to ask, when you're talking about family, kids, do y'all have programs where kids can come in and work out and get trained as well, or is it just for the adults?
Yes, we have kids classes as well.
And how old do you have to be?
Old enough to be able to pay attention. We'll say 7 and up, because they have to be able to hold their attention to be able to to be able to work out. And our kids classes have been going well. And Roberto, one of my trainers, does most of the kids classes, and he does a great job with the kids. It's the same thing. They come in, we'll have a structured workout for them. They'll get a nice workout. They get the fundamentals and the basics of boxing. We'll do anti-bullying as well with these kids. So we teach them, what to do about being bullied, especially not to be bullies. And we don't teach them how to fight. It's not, we're going to teach you how to fight and hurt somebody. No, that's not what it's about. We're going to teach you how to protect yourself and how not to be bullied and not to be a bully. So, yes, we do those things.
Okay. And there's something, I'm glad that you said that, the anti-bullying, because my son has been bullied, especially last year. He was really bullied a lot. He's a little guy.
Right.
He's in the 6th grade, and I want him to do two things. I want him to be able to defend himself in cases where he have to, and I want him to also get the workout in and know what it's like to get out and work out, because he wants to play sports as well.
Right.
I don't want him to get in and feel like I'm gonna learn this. So if I get bullied, I'm gonna have I'm gonna start kicking and punching.
Nope, we don't encourage that at all. At all.
And that's one of the first things the kids will say. It's so funny. We did the boxing camp over the summer, and they were like, that was one of the first things we talked about was, let's talk about when it's appropriate to use the skills that you're learning in this camp, because immediately they're all like, I want to punch somebody in the face. And you can tell they all are coming from a situation where their parents have brought them in for that reason, because they're being bullied and they want their kids to feel stronger and more empowered. And so that's one of the first things that we go over with them, just talking about when it's appropriate, why we're learning the skill. And the reality is that it's the cool psychological effect of empowerment, is if you do it the right way and you do it like with us, where we're doing the coaching, the actual mental coaching and verbal coaching along with teaching the skill, is that empowerment takes this really cool form, especially with kids, where they just feel empowered. They walk stronger, their heads are held higher, they feel really good about themselves. And so you can tell that that biological need to be able to fight or hit somebody or be strong or look really tough, it just kind of goes away. And it's a really cool thing, because the kids, they just, they know that they're strong. They know, and with our coaching, they know they don't have to actually use those skills to do anything, but they can carry themselves in a way that a lot of times will alleviate a lot of the things that they're going through, or at least help them cope with it. And so a lot of the kids that we had in the boxing camp especially, and we have a lot of them, that's why we added more kids classes, because the boxing camp was such a hit over the summer, and when we said we were done, the parents and the kids freaked out, and so we started adding kids classes. We started adding classes where they can come, the younger ones, to some of the adult classes, and the kids look like night and day from when they started. I mean, it's just the most incredible thing to watch, and it's different. There's a lot of kids out there who their parents come in and they say, he's just not into football. She's just not into soccer and basketball, and we want her to play a sport. We want him to get involved, but there's just nothing that they like. And boxing is that thing for them. And it's the coolest thing to watch because they get in and they don't think they're going to like it, or they don't know if they're going to like it. And when that light goes off, and they just become a boxer, it's just the neatest thing in the world to watch. These kids come in and they wrap their hands like a champ and they throw those gloves on. And I mean, they're throwing punches better than half of the adults in class. So it's a really cool thing to watch.
Okay. Cool. You said that we talked last week about the different things that programs that y'all work with, like autism, things like my oldest son, he has autism, things like that.
Yep.
So what do y'all do with them?
So there's a handful of options with that. Your child receives any kind of services through the state, through local funding, anything like that. So if they're with a local company receiving any kind of life skill services or anything like that, a lot of times you can go through those providers, those local management entities for mental health services and behavioral health services, and they will kind of petition them to pay for this as an outlet. And so we have a handful of folks who do that, and so they're able to come in with their, like community worker, whoever it is, their mentor. Their mentor who does that. So they can come in and do it that way. And then the rest of the folks, have come in, and it's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa who says, they need an outlet for whatever reason. If it's an anger situation, a behavior situation, a depression, anxiety, symptoms of autism, whatever it is. And then, that's something that, given that information ahead of time, we can absolutely make adjustments and modifications and make sure that they're getting a really great workout based on whatever modifications or special needs they may have. But a lot of it is just, again, symptom management, because exercise is one of the greatest coping skills for every single thing out there. And so when you're talking about, positive outlets and getting exercise and getting oxygen to the brain and relieving stress and getting, releasing cortisol and getting rid of all that stuff and getting all the happy hormones in there, that is a positive thing no matter what, all across the board. I don't care what your diagnosis is. I don't care what your diagnosis is not. Exercise is always a great thing. And so a lot of us, I come from a mental health background. That's what I've done for the last 15 years. And so a lot of the stuff that we do has that element to it. I want the workout to be not just a physical transformation, but also a mental transformation, a psychological transformation, an emotional transformation for whoever needs it. So we'll always make sure that we guide stuff that way. But, yeah, it's a fantastic outlet, coping skill, intervention, whatever it is that you need to call it. It's a great option for anybody who has any kind of diagnosis.
Oh, cool. So, but and you said about Parkinson's also, right? Saying, y'all have, classes for that also, right?
We do. We've got our Rock Steady class, they're the coolest group of people ever. They are anybody who's been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and that's something that came from straight from Muhammad Ali when that whole thing started with him. And he started becoming symptomatic, and they realized that exercise was actually decreasing the symptoms of Parkinson's. And so the tremors, the shakes, the different things like that were actually being alleviated, or in some early cases being completely negated by physical exercise. And boxing in particular was really helping that. And again, it's not just a physical thing with boxing, it's an empowerment thing. And so the big the thing the chant that our folks shout in Rock Steady all day long is fight back. Well, what are we doing? Fighting back. And so that is the really cool element to see, where it's not just regular exercise. They're actually coming in and feeling like they're fighting back against something. And so, we've got that class 3 days a week. So Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, right, Sean?
Sunday. Yep, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday.
So, and it's with an actual physical therapist. It's run by a licensed PT, a licensed physical therapist, and she is fantastic, and she runs the whole program. She oversees it. We have volunteers come in, but one of our trainers, Stephanie, our assistant head trainer, actually teaches the class and does all the special modifications for them, anything that they need. And so, but it's a really amazing class. And so we highly recommend anybody who knows anybody who is dealing with that diagnosis, whether it's been recent or it's been a while, to come in and get information about that and get into this class, because it is, again, not just the physical side of it, but that group of folks is a support group in itself. And they have bonded. They are great friends. They look after each other. They take care of each other. And it's a really great thing for them to have this natural support system, as well as a place to exercise and help with symptoms. We have people who have gone down significantly on their medications because of the amount of Rock Steady classes that they've come to. So it's a really cool thing.
Cool. All right. Great. It's a great thing. So, go ahead, Charles. You got
a question?
No, I thought you were going to talk. I was going to go ahead.
You talk about the cardio and MMA training and boxing, but do y'all also have, like, if you want to come in and lift weights, that we can do that as well?
Oh yeah. We have 2 Smith machines. We have 2 rollers. We have tires. We have free weights. We have ropes. So we got everything that you can get at a normal facility. We have it at our club, that you can just come in during business hours and do a workout to supplement your classes as well.
Okay. And
and also to do private training, because that's a lot of people don't realize that we offer private training. All of our trainers can do private sessions. They can do small group sessions. And it's, it's like one of those things where you can do, it can be for technique, boxing technique, and that's what I always recommend people do some private training right off the bat when they join, because they can really work on their technique, make sure that they're hitting the right way, kicking the right way, moving the right way, because the better your technique, the better your results are going to be, no doubt. There's less chance you're going to get hurt and all that good stuff. We're not going to let anybody just go in there and just start throwing craziness on the bag. So we make sure everybody is true to form. But our trainers can work on whatever goals people have. So that's the cool thing, is that, you can go into a class and, do a class and then go straight into weightlifting, or vice versa. And we can build it up, and then we can break it right back down. We can break it down, build it up. And so a lot of times that helps too with building lean muscle, getting results faster than usual. And our trainers know exactly what to lift, how to lift, what to strengthen, how to do the right circuits in order to get you where you want to be according to goals. So if you've got booty goals, if you've got ab goals, if you've got plyometric goals, you've got speed goals, you've got whatever it is. You just want to be a better boxer. You don't want to just come in and do mitt work for an hour 3 times a week. I mean, that in itself is a crazy workout. I mean, Sean can tell you, people don't realize when you talk about, you're going to come in and do 3-minute rounds, and people are like, 3 minutes, that's it? And it's like, get those gloves on.
1 minute. 1 minute. Actually, about 30 seconds.
So it's a crazy workout, but it's cool. People, it's different. We've all done the treadmill. We've all done the elliptical. We've all done, I've done the group fitness classes for years, and it's nothing against those classes. They're fantastic. I love a lot of those classes. But when you run the gamut, I'm getting ready to be 40 years old. When you've done it all, and I've been an athlete, like I said, even when I wasn't an athlete, I've belonged to almost every gym here. things just get to the point where it's just redundant. And that's where I had a hard time staying accountable, because it was like, I don't want to go do the same thing. I'm so sick of the treadmill. I'm so sick of, the same old thing. I want something different. And so Tidal can really offer that for people. It just totally changes up the game, but it's never the same. You're always going to work. You're always going to feel like you're improving on a skill too. So the longer you're there, the more times you come to work out, you're truly going to become a better boxer, which is cool. So it's something totally different that can shake up the game a little bit if you're in a fitness rut.
Okay. And I can tell you something else that we offer. I don't know if y'all touched on it last week or not. That we offer that I actually do the classes myself, self-defense classes.
Okay.
For women.
Okay.
And teaching them how to get up off the ground, how to prevent certain chokes, and how to protect yourself in every vulnerable position that you can be in. And those classes have been, when I first started them, I didn't realize the relevancy that it had. And probably about when Carissa first got there, probably about 2 to 3 months, I received a message. I sent it that the things that we taught his daughter saved her life. Based off of the fundamentals of how to get up off your back. If somebody's choking you or trying to hold you down. So we offer all those services for everybody. That's for men or women. But, men they're kind of, I don't need to take it because I'm not going to be in that position, but you never know. But most of the women take it, and they love it. They absolutely love the fact, because I tell them when we get finished, go home and try it on your significant other, brother, cousin, and they'll come back and tell me it works. And that's what makes me say, okay, you're helping people again. That's our whole thing, is try to help people with every aspect of their life. As you said, everything. And that has been one of our most successful classes as well. So, we want to get that out there. We want to get that out there, and to let people know they can come in and learn how to, how to defend themselves.
It's amazing you said that. We just had a lady that got attacked in the parking lot at our job 2 weeks ago, and she had to fight herself away from the guy. So it's you never know.
I tell them all the time when we're doing the class, I'm like mild mannered now, but I'm serious, because I'm saying this is a life or death situation. We're going to take this serious. Because we all say that won't happen to me, but you don't know.
Yeah. Exactly.
When I'm doing that class, I'm 100% serious, and of course we got to get this right, because this can save your life.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
And with these classes, are all the classes I think you were saying 6 weeks classes?
This self-defense class, we're doing once a quarter or on demand. I mean, every time I do one, but do one right after that, because a lot of people didn't know we offered it. So the next one I'll be doing will be the second week in January. So when school gets back in and there's more people there and, people changing, so I'm going to do one then, and then I'll probably do one a month after that, depending on the availability and depending on how many people want to do it, and because we got to break it down and make sure we don't take more than 10, because we have to make sure they get the fundamentals down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about quantity, it's about quality. So I would do 10 classes in a row if we have, to break it down so people can learn the basic fundamentals of what we're teaching. So that's how we do it.
Yeah, I
have a question as far as membership. What is required as a membership, or what comes with the membership?
There's a couple different options. That's another thing that we just kind of make sure that we've got is a full gamut of options. We want to make sure that people have what they need, number one, based on their goals, and then number two, for their budget. So you're looking at anywhere like a monthly membership. We've got anything from, a $59 monthly package all the way up to family plans, at $149 a package. So we've got a broad spectrum of memberships and prices and all that good stuff. And then we also offer, different challenge groups. And, a lot of people will say, what is a challenge group? I don't even know what that is, or it sounds too intense for me. But the reality is it's just, the only reason it's called that is because it's 6 weeks to challenge yourself, to go outside of your comfort zone, do something different. And then in our situation, it's an opportunity to bet on yourself. And that's really what, again, kind of everything we do leads back to empowerment one way or the other. And so with our 6-week challenge groups, that's for your folks who are looking at losing a little more weight, or they really need to hone in, try to really get down in body fat percentage, different things like that. So what we'll do is, the consult, talk to you, what are your goals, make sure you're a fit for it. We only take a certain amount of people every time we do a 6-week challenge because we want to make sure we don't have so many people in there. And then we make sure that, again, people have the right goals, they have the right personality, they have the right attitude. Like I said earlier, I don't care. If somebody's not ready to take something like this on, you can tell they're being forced into it, or it's something they feel like they are supposed to do. You can tell that in about 5 minutes of a conversation. And so we're not going to take that person's money. I mean, people come in and they say, well, I can pay for it. And it's like, I know you can pay for it, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a group of people who are ready, who are at that space where they're ready to go. They want this, and so they're going to be a catalyst for everybody else in the group and make sure that they help get everybody results. And so, yeah, we'll bring people in who've got, a little more weight to lose. Our challenge groups, we boast 90%. I think we're 89, 90% success rate for people losing either 20 pounds plus or 5% body fat in 6 weeks. And so we have pretty much perfected that whole thing. And it's like a mad science blend of different things that we put together that we have found if people follow we call them our tiers of wellness. If people follow these tiers, it's almost impossible not to lose the weight. Like, we are literally giving you everything you need. Follow it step by step for the 6 weeks. Come to the workouts. Follow the meal plan. Be involved in the accountability group. Do the supplements if you want to fast track your weight loss or your body fat loss, and you will absolutely come out successful. And people are shocked because they will say, well, I'm a member of such and such gym, and I've been there for 2 years, and they only charge me $10 a month. And I'm like, well, have you gotten, how much weight have you been trying to lose? 50, have you lost the 50 pounds in the 2 years that you've been paying them $10 a month? Because I'd rather just pay somebody up front and lose it all in 6 weeks, or maybe 2 6-week challenges, 12 weeks, and not worry about paying that anymore. So that's kind of what we look to do in that is fast track results, but everything's healthy. Again, it's a non-deprivation plan. Our challengers are, Sean will tell you, every time we do an onboarding, they all look at the nutrition plan and they look at the 6-week challenge plan itself, and they're like, this is not going to work. There's no way I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. And then 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 weeks in, every one of them gets in there and goes, Carissa, I thought you were a straight up lie. But now I see that no fail. Every challenge group, somebody thinks that I was a liar. We were exaggerating. And so they always get in and admit it, though. And I'm like, it's fine. I get it. It seems so simple because we're bred to think that it has to be something complicated. We're bred to think that it has to be, I have to be miserable in order to lose weight. I have to be hating life in order to be able to get to the body that I want or to feel the way I want to. And it's craziness because you don't. It can be the best part of your life, and that's what we're trying to help people understand. So we've got everything. We've got boxing boot camps. We've got challenge groups. We've got, like Sean said, the self-defense. We've got the membership options. We've got the private training. We got the drop-in rates. We got the kids' classes. So membership and, like, what you can get wise, I mean, it's through the roof. I mean, we can just do straight nutrition and supplement training with you if you want. So, you love your gym. You don't want to leave your gym. That is totally fine. We're never going to try to steal anybody. Come on over. If you're still not getting the results you want, though, come on over and we'll do nutrition training with you. And I'll tell you all the supplements you need, just the supplements that you need. We're not going to try to give you, all the craziness that they'll try to give you at the vitamin places and, whatever else. We're going to give you exactly what you need to fast track your results. We're going to give you the nutrition plan and then go work out at your gym and then see amazing results still. So we're going to do whatever we can. I mean, we go, I think I told you guys this last time too, like we go grocery shopping with our challengers. I mean, we meet at Harris Teeter and we walk through every single aisle as a part of our challenge groups. And we go through what to eat, what not to eat, what to eat in moderation, but we tell them why. I mean, it's truly like teaching a man to fish. I don't want people, after they're done, I want them to be able to continue and go on and say, okay, I know how to continue to do this by myself because Carissa taught me how to do it by myself. It's not just I followed this meal plan and then the second the challenge group was over, now I don't know what the hell I'm doing again. And so I'm going to gain all this weight back. If I don't follow this nutrition plan for the rest of my life, then I'm going to gain weight. So people will be completely empowered to do that on their own.
Oh, okay. For sure. I'm liking it. So, I want to add, the people that y'all work with, you say you work with the Next Level Fighting Club, people like that, Jamie, and people like that. What's the experience like with that?
Well, we do. In the past, typically what happens at Title is a lot of the cardio training for fighters, and so especially up-and-coming fighters, like if you're just getting into the game and you're not really sure what to do, which way to go, who to get to train you, where I need to go to do what kind of fighting, because that can be really confusing for people. But a lot of the times we'll start them off with just the cardio. Then once they get to the point that they're ready to actually start fighting, learning to train, then we'll kind of help send them somewhere. So another BJJ place or Fearless Fighting or, something in town, depending on which direction they're going. And so we'll kind of send them that direction. Now, basic boxing, again, too, we definitely can help with. Most of them have that by the time they come to us and they decide they want to be a fighter. But that's kind of where we land in that. Now, Next Level does their weigh-ins with us before the local fights, and then all the fighters, they come and train there, when they need to, especially the out-of-town people, if they don't have their own gym and their own trainer. Locally, they'll come the day of the fight and the day before the fight, do their weigh-ins, train, get any equipment that they need to before the fight, those types of things. So we're very MMA, of course, Next Level. We love them. We're very friendly in that respect. And then we just kind of help out however we can, especially with the cardio, because a lot of fighters historically are just struggling with cardio and they don't realize it. A lot of the fighters go in, they think because I can hit hard or because I'm really good at grappling or because I'm really strong in this skill, I'll be fine. And the reality is once you get in that ring, the first couple of times, I mean, Sean can tell you this because he's done it, but once you've done that, the cardio is what I've found just in watching historically is that the cardio is usually the first thing that people are like, oh, yeah, they weren't ready. They weren't ready. Their cardio is terrible. And so we can get people in and try to whip them into shape in that aspect.
Okay. Ms. Sean, you want to add on to that?
Yeah. As she said, we want to get people in for like every aspect of it. And with the Jamies, I've worked with Jamie for years. We were training together. We were sparring together for a while. Back years ago, we try to keep everything close and keep everybody, keep our options open if people want to come in and train and help out and do the things they need. We want to know they can always come there if they need any type of help with anything. Okay. And we're there to help whoever. If they want to get the cardio in, whatever, that's what we're there for. And I've done it before myself, so I understand what it takes and what we need to do for them as well.
Okay. I went to, that was my first MMA the last time they was here. The first time ever seeing it, I was amazed about everything I saw. I seen because you see, like I love professional wrestling when I was young, still do a little bit now, and like you see this totally difference about the real thing and the fake thing. You see
you see, you get hit for real.
Yeah,
you lump up for real.
Yeah, I was like, oh. So I was amazed.
When
you're young, you think about,
right?
you see Stone Cold stun somebody, he knocked out. Now that's fake. You get the real thing, it's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, he really knocked out.
That's right. Yep.
So
from what we were talking about, I didn't mean to cut you off. We were talking about this. Well, I don't know if Carissa touched on it last week or this week, but now everybody wants to know how to box or kickbox.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the place to do it now is Title. Everybody knows that. We all said it before, even before I even got into it. The best athlete are who? Boxers. If you think the ones in the best shape are the boxers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because everybody said, well, how does the body get that way? Well, what are they doing? They don't just wake up that way. They train to get that way. And so that's what we want to let everybody know our difference is. We can show you how to be that way if that's what you desire.
Absolutely. Kickboxing and boxing, I got into kickboxing, what was it, 6 years ago, I think it was now. And it changed my body like nothing I have ever experienced in my life. I mean, like I said, I've been working out. I mean, I played volleyball at ECU. We had Division I strength and conditioning trainers who were pushing us, running us, making us lift. And kickboxing still, I was like, I didn't even realize I had muscles in those places. And it was incredible. That was when I fell in love with it because I saw what it could do for me as far as making me look like I was working out. Because in the past, I would work out, run myself to death, do all the marathons, all the 5Ks, all the whatevers, lift heavy. And I still, I looked in shape, but I just never could quite get where I wanted to be. Kickboxing it did that to me. It was crazy. And I remember, being like, holy crap, my clothes fit differently and everything.
I can say the same because, Carissa, we had the same similar background. I played collegiate sports. I played basketball in college at Marshall, and I played overseas for 10. And when I started, I thought I was in shape from playing professionally in Europe and playing in college. But when I needed something to challenge myself, so this is what I started to do. And I was in better shape doing this than I was playing professionally or in college.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's just a different type, and it's true full body. Body. So you take a kickboxing class, but the way our trainers run the classes is even a boxing class, you are working your lower half. So there's active rest periods in between rounds, and then they've got you holding the bags, or they've got you doing knees, or they've got you doing all kinds of different offense, defense moves. And so you're squatting, you're working your core, you're working your legs. I mean, your thighs are burning by the end of these classes. And so it truly is a full body workout in that amount of time. And the cool thing is, too, with our classes is this is how most people, when I tell them, they say, I go to the gym, but nothing's ever happening. I'm saying, tell me what your typical day at the gym looks like. And it's like, well, I'm going in, I maybe get on the treadmill for 20 minutes, and then maybe I'll go do some legs, or maybe I'll go do this. And I said, okay, is the pace of your workout anywhere close to the pace that it was when you just described it to me? Because that's the slowest thing I've ever heard. And they're like, no, because I don't really know what to do. I'm looking up the weights on, Pinterest, what the circuit should be. So everything's very slow paced when you're trying to do it on your own, and you don't have a preset plan, and you don't really know how to work out. Very few people actually know how to work out effectively. The cool thing about Title is you don't have to think. You walk in, and from bell to bell, you don't have to think. All you have to think is don't stop. Don't stop. Go hit harder, go lower. I mean, there's nothing that you have to know, not know. Follow the trainer, and it's the easiest 1,000 calories you have ever burned as far as the work, that you have to put into it thinking, just keep going. That's all you have to do. And that's a huge selling point for a lot of people because they're tired of paying for memberships to go work out on their own, and they don't know how to work out on their own, so they're not getting any results, and then that just stays in the cycle.
Yeah. So, I don't want to end the episode. We can do more talking, but it's about time to get off the air. And I want to appreciate y'all for coming on, and hopefully we'll have y'all back on very soon. And we can talk a lot more. And I will definitely be visiting y'all very soon.
Yeah.
Let us know when you're coming.
Excited.
Oh, yeah.
We will be there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Y'all come check us out. Thank you so much for having us. We really, really appreciate it.
Hey, no
thanks
problem. Anytime. All right. There's Title Boxing, Winterville, North Carolina. Check them out. Greenville also. Check them out. What's the address again?
3700 Charles Boulevard.
Okay, 3700 Charles Boulevard, Title Boxing Club. And we appreciate everything, and we will see y'all very soon.
Thanks so much, guys. Bye.
Bye. All right. And we want to appreciate everybody for joining us with Extreme Sports. Thank y'all for another episode. Check us out tomorrow night. 8:30, the boys going in. NFL Week 14. The Cowboys got to lose tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Negative.
Negative. Tell them again.
Negative.
All the way, baby. Cowboys all the way.
Cowboys all the way.
We'll see y'all tomorrow night on Extreme Sports. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Peace.